days it was kind of the sideshow. You would have your gladiator men come in, and they were sort of the main event, as you would say, in this day and age. Back then, women didn't have the positions that they do now. They were more matrons or maids even. So that was kind of just in the background, in the shadows, along with, like, you know, I want to say the smaller people, midget wrestling and fighting animals. So it was kind of their sideshow, circus freak kind of a thing. And it's evolved to where it is now because women are more dominant. They've come up, you know, women's lib and all that stuff. So they're hungry to prove their position. So a different day and time back in those days. Right. Well, I think that all started with Gina Carano. She was the face of women's MMA because she was so attractive, but at the same time she kicked butt. So now you have, again, it's multifaceted. It's the evolution of it. It's not just, you know, nobody wants to see the female, well, not nobody, but the female bodybuilding world was not taken on, you know, warmly because nobody really wants to see that. But now you have like the combination of, yeah, they're pretty, but yeah, they're going to get in there and kick butt at the same time. And you see the same thing with CrossFit now. You got the CrossFit Games, and those women are fierce, but they're attractive at the same time and in shape, and they're doing things that are phenomenal, and you can't ignore that. That's the thing. I mean, regardless of what the looks are, you can't ignore the fact that they're going out there and they're winning these fights, or they're doing the CrossFit Games, or whatever else that they're doing. In action movies too. I mean, I think that had a big thing to do with it. With Angelina Jolie in Tomb Raider, you had Jennifer Garner in Alias. Beautiful women, but they're still kicking butt. And I mean, that became something that the women could look up to, and then the men at the same time were like, hey, that's nice to look at, but yeah, she's a cool chick at the same time. Self-confidence is very, very important. I mean, you can have a kid who's not very confident in themselves, and they'll go off and they'll join a gang or whatever and do harmful things, whereas if they look up to these sports stars, that's a very healthy outlet. I myself had a lot of personal tragedy growing up, and instead of going that destructive route, I actually wound up in fitness, and it actually changed me as a person to get more confident and healthier at the same time. And when you're healthy, you feel good, and you can go out there and you can do a lot of positive things with that. And it's just an evolution, like I said, it goes full circle, and one person does one thing and then another person follows it, and it just goes on and on like a chain. So it's a really good thing in this day and time. Absolutely. I mean, when I was growing up, those were some of my favorite heroes to look up to. I loved Rogue from the X-Men, Chitara from Thundercats, Scarlet from G.I. Joe. Those were my heroes. Even Valeria from the original Conan was somebody I absolutely looked up to and loved, because they could do all these things. They weren't cornered into one specific area. You could do many different things, and I think that's why a lot of the young girls today look up to the fighters, or even their own moms who are juggling everything, but they're still making time to go into the gym and stay fit and get active. It's empowering in a way, that you can pick and choose what you want to do in this life, and it doesn't have to be narrowly focused. We've broken ground into these different areas, especially women's MMA. I mean, now they're in the UFC, and I'm excited about it. A lot of people are excited about it, but you still have that argument from some people, particularly men, not to be one-sided, but, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see women fighting each other and beating each other up. Each to their own, but I mean, some of the women's matches come across a little bit more, entertaining than the men's matches, and that's because they're hungry and they still are trying to prove a point that they belong in the octagon just as much as anybody else. I only see growth, to be honest, especially now that UFC's finally accepted it. Like I said, you can't deny what these women are doing, and they're not going to go anywhere anytime soon. I think it's just going to grow and evolve, and because there's a lot more choices, you're going to get a lot more people getting involved in it. I mean, I've talked to many people myself who they just get into it for fun, and then all of a sudden they start competing, and it's exciting to them, and it's something that they want to pursue as a career option. So I think it's just going to grow, and we're going to see more and more talent coming out.
Again, some of the female fighters have been here for a long time. Some of you guys are very new to it. It's really starting to go. And for me, I think it's starting to go somewhere. I've supported this seminar every year it's been around, and I'll continue to do it. Fighters, both male and female, are the most sensitive people on the planet. Everything's a deal. If somebody gets a fight, you're ready to get out for them, because we don't have the chance to. That's the cool thing is there's a lot of opportunities now, where in the old days, even for the really old days, there are opportunities for none of us. Now the males are pretty well taken care of, and the females are on their way up. So guys, make sure that you remember that contact. Be good to each other. Stay unified. Really support female MMA. You should have a very good career.